My name is Charity LeBlanc, and I am the School to Work Coordinator at Salmon High School, as well as the broadcasting teacher. I am going to show you how to use JPAMS today. At the end of the video, I will list my email address and contact information in case you have any questions.
So I'm going to show you how to use JPam's pages for your web pages and also how to set categories. So I'm just going to log in. And then you don't have this many options, but yours will say classroom. So if you just click on it, you can go to your rosters. So we're going to do my first period, first 9 weeks. So here are my list of students. And then to set my categories, I'm going to click on assignments. I'm going to go to categories. And then my little category editor box is going to come up. And you're actually going to click in this box. And you'll be able to type in it. And I'm going to do 80-20. So I'm going to put classwork. And then I'm going to click in this box, which is the weight box. I'm going to put 80. And then you click this little square, and that's so you can save it. And then it will pop up. Then a blank one will come back up, and I'm just going to type exam. And I'm going to put 20 in the weight box. And then I'm also going to hit save. One thing I like to do is make these different colors so that in case I accidentally click on exam and it pops up in my gradebook, I'll know that I made a mistake and put it in the wrong category. So you can actually color code these. I'm going to make this one, like blue maybe. And this one I'll make purple. And then you can save those. Actually, I have to save them one at a time. I just realized. Like that. And then you just close the box. And now when you go to put in an assignment, which you would have to create one first. So let's just do one just to show you. You'll go to assignments. You'll click new. Say I do usually for broadcasting, I do like week 1 announcements, week 2, and so forth. So I'm going to put week 1. I'll change this to classwork. And everything populates pretty much the way I want. Now I don't want this date because it's Sunday and that's not going to be a school day, so it won't save. So I need to change this to a date that makes sense. I usually put my grades in on Friday, so I'm going to actually put it in for the 12th. And then I'm going to hit save. You can add other things, but you don't need to. And you'll see it populates as a blue grade. So if I had put it in as an exam, and I'll show you what that looks like. You go to new, and in the category you have 2 choices. So if I put it as exam, it's going to make it purple. So if it comes up as purple, I'll know that I made a mistake. If I wanted to change something about this, you can actually click on it and go to edit over here, and then it will bring up the box that we were just in, and you can save whatever changes you make. Also, you can hit copy, which I'm going to do, and copy to my broadcast 2 because they're actually in the same hour. And you just click the box that you want to copy it to. So if you have multiple classes with the same exact assignment, you don't have to go to each one. It will copy it over for you. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to hit OK. And it says copy completed. So now when I go to my other class roster, you'll see that it's already in there because I just copied it. So it's pretty convenient to be able to do that when you have a lot of classes.
This is the gradebook I just showed you, except that now it is filled in with the only assignments that the students have completed over the year, and you can kind of see what it looks like when it's filled out. I'm also going to show you the iGear on here. It's really useful for individual students when you're looking up their information. So let's say we click on the second one, and then we go to iGear, and then we go to student and student demographic. It will pull up the demographic sheet for that student where it shows their parents' phone numbers and contact information. Sometimes they have emails, sometimes not. It depends on the student. Their address, phone number, all of that information, birth date, all that's on here. So we usually use those to contact their parents. The iGear is also useful to look up their schedule, especially if they don't know what their schedule is or they forget. You can also use it to look up their transcript. It shows their grades and everything, and if they have a question about their transcript, they can contact their counselor. The other thing that's really good for is for attendance. If you're trying to figure out when they were absent or when they weren't, that can be pulled up as well.
So I'm going to show you how to do your attendance. The first thing is when you enter JPAMS, you're going to have to click on your classroom, and then you'll see your roster come up for first period. I'm going to click on mine. And this is the first thing you'll see when you open your rosters, and then you'll click attendance. And then it'll populate all of your students for that class, even if you have multiple sections of that class. I know sometimes they have multiple sections and they're combined. And so when you click attendance, they will combine them into one. So I actually have two sections of broadcasting. So this is everybody together. And so first period, when you're taking attendance, especially, you will have to click in the blue box, which says first. That's first period. So if somebody is absent, you'll click in the box and you'll see it says unexcused absence. And that's what you want in first period only. Remember too, in first period, that if the student is late, they have to go to student services.
And if you make a mistake, you will need to contact student services to let them know so they can correct it.
We're going to go back to where we were with our rosters. And if you want to do your web pages, which is something that you'll need to do at least once or so during the 9 weeks, because this is what your parents are going to see when they open up JPAMS. And if they click on your page and it's empty, then it just doesn't look too good. So you want to make sure you have this somewhat updated. So I'm going to pick my first hour, first semester class. And as you can see, I've already put a lot of things in here. So I'm going to take this out and start from scratch, and I'll be back to show you what that looks like. Okay, so I've made my broadcast page completely blank, and this is what you'll probably see when you first open up your class page. And so the first thing that you'll want to do is click Show Portlets. The portlets are what you use to create your page. And then you can hide that menu whenever you want, but you'll want to show it when you're trying to create it. There are different items here that you can use. One is a label, one's a calendar, and one's a post. So we're going to start with the label, and you'll see it populates this little window that says label name. And if you go over here, you can click on this and change it. So I'm just going to type broadcasting 1. And then you can actually change the background color. You can leave it white if you want to. But I'm going to change it to kind of a salmony yellow. And then you can do a border if you want. And all it does is just make a kind of line around the edges. So you can do a solid, a dotted line, ridge, inside, outset, whatever you want to do. We're going to make the border black. And I think I'm going to make it a lot bigger. I'm going to try 10, like that. And so you can see how thick the border gets. You can go back and change it if you decide you don't want it that thick, or change the style of it. So in other words, if you did a dash, or if you did a double, anything like that, you can change it. So they're all a little bit different. Some of them look exactly the same depending on how wide you make them. So, or you can have no border. So we're going to do the double on this one. Oh, it didn't populate. Oh, when I changed it, it changed the number. So I'm going to put this back. There we go. So now you have this nice little border, and now we're going to add things to this box. And it looks like you can't do anything with it, but if you click on the box itself in the middle of the page, you'll see this pops up. And this is so that you can type titles and kind of make a page that you wanted to say whatever. So we're going to put broadcasting 1. I'm going to make this centered, pretty basic, and then I'm also going to change the font a little bit. I'm going to put impact. That seems appropriate for our theme. And then I'm just going to make it pretty large, like that, as the title. And then I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to change the font again to like maybe a 3, and then change the font to a regular font, and we'll see how that goes. So, you know, welcome to my class. I am Miss LeBlanc. And then you can type up whatever you want. You can copy and paste things in this box if you want to put a schedule there, if you want to do, you know, your whole syllabus here. But there is a way to upload your syllabus. I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. But once you're done typing, you can hit save. Oh, and you can also, you know, change some colors of fonts if you want to. So if I wanted this to be blue maybe, then you can make it blue. So we're going to hit save. If you do not hit this button and you hit the X instead, it won't save and it will not show up. Also, you want to make sure you're hitting this save. If you get out of the whole pages and you do not hit save, especially up here, it will not save and you will not see any of this that you did. So it's really important to keep hitting save. Now, I also have a Broadcasting 2 class. I don't want too much changed. I'm obviously going to change it to Broadcast 2 for the other class, but you can go to copy and then copy. You see it says copy from and copy to. So in other words, I could do like copy from this class that I'm in, because up here it says I'm in first hour, first semester. So let's say I copy this one, and then when I click over here, I can choose what class to copy it to. So I could copy it to any of these, and all of the things that I do in here would be copied to the other class. So that is something you can do as well, or you can do them one at a time. It's completely up to you. I'm going to add a calendar. So we just click. Again, I did not save it yet. So if I got out of this right now, all of this would disappear. So it's very important to hit save. I try to do it every time I do something so I don't forget. Scroll down. You can also change the background of these to match the rest of your page if you want. We're going to do the double border with the 10 points. And so now it matches the top. And then on your calendar, you can choose what you want to show. You can add a plus here and add an entry and title it. Make sure you hit save if you decide to put something on your calendar. And then you can also, you know, change the fonts and whatnot. So if you want to put assignments there, you can, or if you have a school event or something you want to add. The district does add some things, like for instance, you can see the little dot here. So when you click on it, it shows the first day of school. It also puts the time. But you just definitely want to hit save to make sure that everything saves that you do. And then the post, when you click post, it puts up another box. And what you want to do is, for this one, we're going to make it the same as well with our other ones, just so they look the same. And you're going to hit the X. Oops. I think if we hit save, it'll pop up. Let's see. Yeah, so even though it didn't show up right away, when I hit save, it saved the border that I made. So now you can make a post where you add attachments like forms and letters or syllabus. So let's say I want a syllabus to go here. I'm just going to type syllabus. And then I'm going to go to attachments. And it's going to bring up a box and it says add attachment. And I'm going to upload. I've already uploaded a broadcasting syllabus, but let's say I haven't. You can go here, choose files, and pick the syllabus or whatever, document you have that you want to upload. Then it would show up here. You would click upload. It would come into this box. And then when you don't double click it. If you double click it, it will show up. You don't need it to open. So you just have to click it once and then it shows up down here. So you know that it's selected, and then you're going to hit choose and you'll see it populate in here. If you hit add attachment, it's going to open that other box again, and that's not what we want because we've already added something. So it's already in there. You just hit close and you'll see it says one attachment, and then you can add multiples if you need to. I'm just going to put broadcasting syllabus right here, and then you're going to hit save. Remember, if you hit the X, you'll have to do it over again. Yes. And then you'll see it populate here, and when the parents or student open up their JPAMs, they will be able to click on this and it will open up. Again, this is just for the parents when they go into JPAMs to check grades, to make sure that they have you have some kind of lesson plan in place. You can hit save, and then that will save all of the work we've done so far. Once you get a big list going here, people can search in the box for something specific. So I would name it something easy so it's easy to find. And that's pretty much it. I can show you kind of what one looks like. Oh, that's the wrong one. So this would be where a student or parent signs in case you've never seen it. So this is my son. So when you open it, you'll see they have some STPPS messages, and then the parent would click on the picture of the child that they want to see. These are all the messages that have been generated by a central office for one reason or another. It's also robocalls. So if they miss something, they can actually listen to the call. And you can go up here and go to grade. And this is where the grades would be listed. And then if they went to a particular teacher's page, then they could click on the teacher. That brings up an email address if they wanted to email somebody. And then the pages are over here. So this is what the pages would look like on the parent side. So you can see there's been some stuff that's uploaded here and a calendar still. So they would click on whatever teacher and that would show them, whatever information for that particular teacher. So it is important to have those pages updated so that when the parent does open it for Progress Center, they can see what you've been doing or what you're going to do. Try to put something pretty general in these pages so that it just shows what we're kind of doing in class. Your lesson plans will be posted here, so you could post them as a document or you could post them on the page itself if you wanted to, like a list up here. That would be fine. Again, you just click on the box and you could copy paste, or you could just upload them here if you wanted to, so that the parents could see it. Now, you don't have to have extensive lesson plans shown for the parents. It could be just a list of basically what you're going to do that week, or just a basic idea. But your lesson plans for your administration would go in here under lessons. And to do that, you're on a calendar. You should see a calendar. If you don't, I think there is a place on here you can click. It might show up as day first when you first open it, if you've never opened it or one of these, just make sure you're on month. I think it's easier because you can kind of see all together a whole month. And then for instance, on the first day for the 8th, I don't have anything in here yet. These are all district generated items. So let's say I'm going to put my first syllabus right here. So all you have to do is click on the day. I only clicked once. You can double click, but you don't have to. And then I'm just going to put right here. Now I can see all the teachers, but you would only come up with yours, I think. I don't think it shows everybody for the whole school or district, but I just happen to have that. So I'm going to scroll down to my name. Takes a second. Oh, there I am. So I'm going to scroll to my first hour. Let's see. That's going to be... Oh, here we go. This is the one I'm looking for. So I'm going, I think I can pick more than one. So I'm actually going to do broadcast. Oh, that's not it. Yes, it is. Okay, broadcast 1 and 2 for first hour. So I'm going to pick both of those. And then I'm going to click off. I'm going to name this syllabus. And then I'm going to leave the dates, but I'm going to change the second one actually and change it to Friday because that's kind of what we're doing most of the week. But, you know, we can change that at any time. And then you can actually share a lesson with another teacher if you have a co-teacher that does some of the same stuff as you, or you want to share material, you can do that. It's pretty convenient. And then y'all can share that material on your lesson plans. The standards, when you click in the box, will come up and you can choose the standards that you're going to cover. I'm not really covering too much for the syllabus necessarily, but they have all the standards in here and you literally just click them. So I'm just going to find one just to show you an example. So here they are, and you actually just hit the little green button and it populates down here. Very convenient, makes it really easy. So when you hit submit, you can see it pops up right here. So it's very easy to get the objectives in there. It's a lot easier than it used to be. So that's convenient. And then you can type stuff here in the objectives for what you're basically going to cover that day. It's, you know, pretty standard. So, you know, complete bell work, and then say you're going to discuss whatever, you're going to practice such and such. You can change the font size, you can change the colors, all that stuff. And then when you scroll down, there is a place to put homework and some lessons. You do not have to put all that in there if you don't want to. It's not super required. They just basically want the lesson plan somewhere in here. You can also put the modifications if you have 504 or some IEP students that you want to throw in there. It's convenient to add for, especially for special activities. And then if you have something that you want to add as an attachment, you can put it here, or you can add an attachment here. So for instance, I'm going to add a file. This isn't it, but let's say it's my syllabus. And then when I close it, it highlights that I have an attachment. So even when I click on it again, you can see it. I'm going to delete it for now, but well, I'll keep it so you can see, and then I'll come back to it. And then you got to hit save just like you do with the pages. Okay, and then we can close this. Don't worry about this message. You can hit close, and then it shows up right here. And when you click on it, it will show a box if you need to update it. Just remember, if you do that, that you hit save.